Hey guys, welcome back to the blog. It's been a little while. I've missed you while I've been gone. For those of you who are going to be traveling with us soon, and for those of you who are going to be picking it up in January or February, maybe going to the Philippines or to Ukraine, we've got some great tour options for you as well. So just to help you prepare for that experience, we've got a whole bunch of newsletters and blogs and webcast topics which are really great. So speaking of which, there's a newsletter which will be circling to you guys here shortly, which talks a lot about 3 things that older men can do to attract younger women. Why is that important? Well, a lot of our clients are in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, some younger, some older, but we span obviously quite a group of people there. So most of the women that come to us are going to be under the age of 40. We have some that are a little bit older, but we have a lot of beautiful women in China actually in their 40s and such. But most of the women that come to us, they're of marrying age. They're 20, 30 something, 40 something. So a lot of us guys are going to be meeting women that are younger, and we might be a little bit, I guess, overly self-aware around that, right? We might be ill-confident in our approach sometimes, how to meet these beautiful but sometimes much younger women. So, how do we do that? How do we do that successfully? How do we meet, introduce ourselves to, court, date, fall in love with women who may be sometimes 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 years younger than we are, right? So I've written a newsletter around that, and we're going to do a series of blogs and some webcasts, and we're going to talk a lot about that just to help you guys put your best foot forward, all right? So one of the things that I can tell you in this newsletter that I talk about, the very first thing that I talk about, actually 3 steps that older men can take to attract younger women. We talk about being calm and confident. How do you project that? How do you project confidence? It's really important. Frankly, it is the most important thing that you can do in your courtship with younger women, is to project your confidence. Why? Because these are younger women. If you fall in love and things progress, obviously your girl is going to give up everything that's familiar to her and travel halfway around the world, literally putting her life in your hands for a little while as you navigate through the fiancé visa process. And women need to know that you're ready for that you're up to it, that you're confident and strong, and the kind of person that they can put faith into, and their families can put faith into, that's a good idea, right? So let's talk about some of the components of being confident. What does being confident look like to the women that we're going to be meeting, to these younger women? Well, so being confident means being relatively fit, or at least comfortable in your skin. And by that I mean you look in the mirror and you like what you see. We can all improve. We can all lose a pound or 2 or whatever, but as long as you look in the mirror and you're happy with what you see, right? You're confident. You've got a good attitude about who you are. You feel good about yourself when you project that. That's really important. I think a sense of style, a sense of fashion is important, especially to some of the cultures that we travel to. Women in China will notice, what you're wearing and how well that goes together. Women in the Ukraine definitely will notice that. I think women pretty much everywhere notice that to some extent. Now, some of them care a little less about it than other cultures, but I think it helps us to feel comfortable in our clothes, right? I have a Hugo Boss jacket. When I put this thing on, man, I immediately turn into James Bond on the spot. I don't know what it is, but this jacket just fits me like no jacket I've ever had in my life fits me. I love the thing, and we all have, I suppose, some clothing like that, right? But a sense of style that's kind of unique to us, I think, is really important in projecting confidence. What do we do for work? Do we like what we do for work? When we talk about our careers, if we talk positively about what we do, are we unhappy in our work environment? Because that's going to be important. You're going to spend a lot of time at work, right? And if you're not happy at work, what are you going to do when you come home from work, right? You're going to probably bring a 6-pack and complain about work. So, obviously you want to project that you're confident in your career and your jobs. That's really important. How about your social circle? Who are your friends? How do you feel about them? Are those good relationships? When you talk about your friends, is it positive? Your friends there for you when you need them. And are those relationships tight? Do you have long friendships in your life, right? People that have been there for a long time that you could definitely go to if you needed to. People you can depend on. How well you speak to that shows your confidence to these much younger women. And then, of course, your emotions, right? How kind of emotions do you project? Are your emotions positive? Are they energetic? Do you feel good when you get up? People around you, do you improve the mood of people around you just by walking in the room? Those are things that all show how confident we are. And these are all things that we can impact in some positive way to help show more confidence if we need to do that while we're courting these beautiful younger women, right? So being positive and being emotionally balanced, very important, right? In all aspects of all the behavior that you do on a daily basis when you're with these women. You're out, you're courting, you're spending entire days together. They're watching for this stuff, whether they're talking about it or not. They're watching about your attitude toward your friendships and your family, your attitude toward your job. How do you feel about yourself when you speak? Do you feel confident and calm about yourself. Emotionally, are you balanced? Those things are all very, very important. Do you have a sense of style? Are you comfortable in your clothing? Do you dress in a way that shows that you're proud of who you are and you're able to project that? Those are all important parts of being confident. Now again, the role model that I like to use, kind of jokingly, but I think it's great. You always think of the most interesting man in the world, right? Those great Dos Equis commercials, right? Stay thirsty, my friends, right? There are just a bajillion memes of this guy out on the internet. But when you think about it, well, he was always calm, he was always cool, he was comfortable in his skin, his messages were always positive, a little humorous, beautiful women around him, he was always calm with the beautiful women around him, right? I just think he's kind of an interesting role model for a lot of us, right? We care about our style, we like who we see when we look in the mirror, we speak positively about ourselves and therefore about people around us and people in our lives. And anyway, just kind of an interesting role model for us. So I hope this is helpful information, guys. I want you to work on these. If there's any part of what we've talked about, any component of it where you feel, I got a little bit of an opportunity to fix that, fix it before you go get in front of some of these very, very beautiful women, because you are going to meet a lot of women who are naturally younger than you are, and you want to put your best foot forward and make the right impression, because I know you guys are good guys, you've got good hearts and good intentions, and you're going to make a great life partner for somebody. We just want them to know that as soon as they meet you, right? I want all of your behavior to speak to that. We'll have more advice for you here shortly.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Google+.